Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Blessing and you are about to be blessed by blessing, period. So if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, okay? Comment, like, share. I want to see more of you on here, okay? And if this isn't your first time, welcome back, sis. You look good, honey, okay? You guys, the video that I had planned for you guys this week flopped, okay? It's flopped, and I was like, the devil is a liar. I will release a video for you whether the devil likes it or not. So I was just talking to a friend of mine over the this past week, and we were just reminiscing about our past, just talking about our childhood and everything, all that good stuff. And I was like, this story that we're talking about, that I'm sharing with you, baby girl, this story is something that my subscribers would love to hear. So you guys, I am ready to gist. What I want you guys to do is to grab your popcorn, your jollof rice, your eba, your fufu, amala, gbegiri, everything. Grab everything, sit down, relax, sit back, enjoy, because this gist is going to be something else, okay? So while I'm gisting you guys, I'm gonna be slaying my face, because why not? And if you're eating and watching me, okay, it's about to be a cinema up in here, a movie theater, okay? I want you to just envision everything I'm telling you. I'm going to use my concealer as a base, so I'm just putting that on there. All right, so you guys, back to the matter. So I went to, obviously I grew up in Nigeria for a little bit of my life before I moved to the United States. So while I was in Nigeria, I actually did I did a year and a half of my secondary school. I did that in Nigeria, so I was there for like GSS 1 and half of GSS 2, and I went to a boarding school. I went to a boarding school. Yeah, you heard that right. So obviously there are so many crazy stories about boarding school, and even though I was only there for a year and a half, I have some stories for you, honey. Okay, I have some stories for you. So one thing that I really love about Nigeria is the fact that we are so respectful. Like our tradition, we respect our elders so much. That's our culture. That's just what we stand for, right? So as when I was in secondary school, whoever is in the year ahead of us, we always had to call them, we couldn't call them by name. We had to call them like senior, so and so. Like, my name is Blessing. My junior would have to call me Senior Blessing. They couldn't just call me my name just like that, because that's disrespectful. So you had to call them, well, not to their face anyway. We did call them their name, their real name behind their back. But of course, that meant that you are in hot soup, okay? So if they hear you calling them by their name, you're in hot soup. Even though some of the seniors were our age mates, but it's just God just fast forwarded, God just fast tracked their life, and they're a year ahead of us. We still had to call them senior. That's just how it is. So I'm gonna be using this palette by Princess. This is her Mama Africa palette. So I'm gonna be using this October 6 right here, this shade October 6, and I'm gonna put that on my crease. You had to, you couldn't just call the seniors by their name. You had to call them, you have to show signs of respect and all that. So because of this, if they heard you disrespecting them in any type of way, they will punish you. Yes, they will legit punish you. And that was actually acceptable. It wasn't illegal. There was nothing wrong with that. Obviously, seniors did not like disrespectful juniors, especially when you always run your mouth. If they send you an errand, you always got something to say back. They did not like that. And of course, from the vibe that I give you on this channel, you already know I'm stubborn. You know that I am stubborn. I have a mouth, I'm very talkative. I say it as it is. Do you get? As you take give now I go take, I don't know speaking. Don't. However you give it to me, I will give it back to you, So that's how I was. So, and me coming from, I'm a firstborn, and I'm used to being the senior. I'm used to being the one that busts people around. And I just was not prepared for that reality check that I got, honey. I really was not. I was not. The seniors picked up on me all the time because I get wala. My wala too much. As in, I would always talk back. If they send me an errand, I would always give excuse like, please, senior, so and so. I cannot do it though. I cannot do it. I have assignments to do. Or if they try to beat me, I'm like, please, they don't used to beat us. They don't used to touch my head in my family. They don't used to beat me in my head. They don't used to touch my head. You cannot even beat me on my back because me, I have back pain. If you beat me, I will faint. I would always give excuse. Let me give you a background on this amazing, beautiful day. So this was my first year there, actually probably my first week there, and I had to get water from the tap. I went to the tap that day to go get cleaned up, and I saw this fine black melaninated if you see the melanin that was oozing from this lady's body, her skin was glowing. As in, when I tell you somebody is black and beautiful, I had to just stop and stare like, this senior is very fine. Like, and she was washing her legs and her hand and everything. I was ready to do the exact same thing too, and she looked at me and she was like, what's your name? And I was like, senior, any interest? Nee, just little old me. And she was like, what's your name? And I was like, Blessing. I'm using this shade. It's called Echo Nibajo. So she asked for my name and I was like, oh, my name is Blessing. And she was like, okay, I don't remember how she said it, but she must have talked something like, what grade are you in? But obviously that's not how she said it. But she said something like, what grade are you in? And I was like, oh, I'm in GSS 1. And she was like, come to the senior girls hostel, tell them you're looking for senior, I'm gonna call her senior Agbani Darego. I was like, okay, all right, thank you, I will come. I actually forgot about it. Funny enough, I actually forgot about it, and I didn't remember to go and look for her until maybe 2 weeks later. And I was like, wait, though, it was one senior that told me to go and look for her. So I was like, okay. So I went. I got there and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm looking for senior Agbani Darego. And they were like, who are you? In my mind, you already know who I am. I'm just like, Kilo Shele, what's wrong with this one? I said I'm looking for a senior Agbani Darego. She told me to come here. She told me to come here a while ago, but I couldn't. I was busy. So, but I'm here now. Legit. That was how I was talking to a senior. Me, GSS 1 girl, talking to a 3 girl like that. But anyways, funny enough, they liked my boldness, which was very weird because normally it's supposed to be the other way around. They're supposed to actually hate it. Like, who are you to be talking to me like that? And that's how they were all. So just like, what's your name? They were just questioning me and everything. I was just like, okay. So I was gisting there. I was like, my name is da 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 da. I always like to toss it in there that my parents are in the United States. Let me tell you the amount of level that they'll be looking at me from there on out. Barefoot. They would not be regarding me because I'm like, my parents are in the United States. Yes, I'll be going there very soon. Yes. So automatically they'll be nice to me because the way people back home look at people in America is like, wow. So in a way that got me some cool points. I'm gonna be cutting my crease with my concealer. So anyways, back to the story. So after talking to those seniors for about maybe 15 minutes or so, yes, I was talking to them for a while, I found out the room that Senior Agbani Darego stays. And let me tell you, apparently Senior Agbani Darego is not only just fine, she's also popular. She is also popular. So I'm done cutting my crease. I'm gonna go in with this purple color right here in the shade Adebanke. And I'm gonna be mixing that in with this October 6 shade right here from the Mama Africa. Back to the story. So when I found out that Senior Agbani Darego is actually very, very, she's very, very popular and everything. So, and of course, the seniors liked me, and Senior Agbani Darego, that is also popular, and even though she was actually in SS2, she was popular among the SS3 seniors. So I ended up getting some sort of cool points with them. So the other JSS3 seniors couldn't really do much to me. They couldn't really beat me and punish me like they could like they did for the other people in my grade, some of the other people in my grade. Because she was like my protector, my backbone, the other seniors wouldn't really do anything to me. Like they couldn't, because they would get in trouble, she would actually punish them for punishing me, and the punishment she's going to give them would be like ×5 of what they did to me. So when I won't bring they had to what? They had to control themselves. They had to calm themselves down, because if they beat me, the beating that's coming from them, no before here. So anyways, unfortunately for me, Senior Agbani Darego fell sick and she had to go home. So she had to go home for a while, and obviously this was like a field day for all the GSS2 and GSS3 seniors that did not like me one bit. You know what this meant for me, right? My protector wasn't there. You don't know what that means. I'll tell you what happened. So every Saturday, after we're done with our morning duties and everything like that, we get to relax. Actually, you get to do whatever you want to do. You get to either do your assignment or sleep. A lot of us actually end up sleeping, to be honest. So that is how one of the seniors came to me and was like, blessing, using Adesola right here, this shade right here. It's like orangey. I don't know why it's not picking up on camera. They called me and I was like, yeah. And they were like, can you please go and collect one of my book from Senior, I don't know, I would just say Senior Tola. But of course she said, get my book from Tola. I lent Tola a book, get it from her. And obviously, I mean, I know I said that I'm like stubborn and everything, but I still respected my seniors most of the time. So she came to me correct, so I came to her correct. You know, she called me and she wasn't rude. She didn't address me in a rude manner. So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Where is Senior Tola? And she told me where she was, and she told me, go and get my book from her. I was like, what's the name of the book? Actually, no. I didn't even say what's the name of the book. She just told me, when you get there, she will know the book I'm talking about. So I got there and I was like, mind you, the place where she was at was far away from where I was. It was far from the junior hostel, because I was just chilling on my bed, relaxing. And the place where I had to go was like, it was a long walk. Let's just say it was a long walk. So I went there and I was like, Senior told me to get her book from you. She said that when I come to you, you would know the book that she's talking about. And she was like, oh, I know the book she's talking about. I was like, okay, can I have it? And she was like, oh no, I don't have it. It's not with me anymore. I actually lent it to somebody else. Who did you lend the book to now? Like, I was like, oh, okay, who did you lend this book to? And she gonna say she lent it to another senior, you know? And I was like, okay, where is this senior? Do you know where she is? She told me she said the senior should be at a certain place, that I should go and ask her for the book, that the book should be with her. And me, I went there and I was like, okay, senior so told me to come to you and collect her book from you. This time around, I actually did ask Senior Tola. I was like, please, what's the name of the book when I get there so I can know the book to ask for? And Senior Tola told me, tell her it's the book of no return. So I went to go meet the other senior that she told me about. And I walked for a long time. I'm not even going to lie. Like, to the point where it was Hamatan season and I was sweating. Like, it was just crazy. I'm supposed to be cold and I was sweating. And I was just like, oh my God. So I kept walking around the whole entire campus, just looking for this senior. By the time I get to this senior, the senior is telling me that she lent it to somebody else. I go to the other senior. That one's telling me the same story. I'm like, at this point, this book must be so good. Like, to the point where all of y'all just had to read it. I was like, when I find this book, I'm not even going to go and give it to senior, whatever her name is, the first senior that actually owns the book. I was like, I'm going to have to read this book for myself, because this book must be so juicy that all of you are dying to read this book. Let me tell you, I was on this journey, I kid you not, for almost 2 hours. I kept going from one senior to the other, one senior to the other. I was literally on this journey for a very long time, and all the seniors kept telling me that they've borrowed somebody else, until somebody directed me back to the person that told me to go and get the book, like the owner of the book. Somebody directed me back to her, the owner of the book, and told me, oh no, it's with so and so, whatever her name is. And I was like, no, it cannot be with her, because she's the owner of the book, and she's the one that first of all told me to go and look for her book. All right, guys, so I'm back. I had to finish out the rest of my face off camera because I just don't want to waste your time. I want to go straight to, you know, the whole entire story. So they sent me back to that senior, and I was like, something's not adding up. And she told me, oh, go back to senior, whatever her name was. I don't remember what name we gave her. Maybe Tola. I don't remember. She was like, go back to senior senior owner of book. Go back to her. And the book is, she was like, go to senior owner of book and go and meet her. I borrowed her the book after I finished reading it. Are you sure you gave it to her? She was like, yeah, I did. I was like, no, sorry, because she was the one that told me to go and look for this book, that the book belongs to her. And the senior was like, well, I gave it back to her, so go and ask her. And I was like, so I eventually had to go back to the senior owner of the book. And when I got to her, I was like, I've been looking for your book for a long time now, but everybody kept saying that they've given it to somebody, they've borrowed somebody. And the last person I went to said that she gave it back to you. So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. What do you want me to do now? Because at this point, I am so over it. I am tired. At this point, forget about the book. That's how I was feeling in my mind. Like, and she was like, she started laughing. And I was like, what's funny now? Like, I don't understand what is funny. Then she was like, did you know that I actually forgot about you? And I'm like, forgot about me? Like, who does that? What do you mean you forgot about me? She was like, I forgot that I sent you on the journey of no return. I sent you on a journey of no return. Let me explain this to you. She went on to let me know that there's actually no book called The Journey of No Return. As far as she's concerned, there's no book with that title. And it's actually something that, it's a punishment that they actually give to juniors that are stubborn. They punish students, they punish juniors and make them just go around and around all day long looking for a book that doesn't exist. That's like a punishment without having to physically like tell you to like kneel down, raise up your hand, or whatever craziness. Like this one, actually I would have preferred for them to tell me to kneel down, because what they did to me that day really was messed up. Like I had to go, and when I'm telling you, like I had to go around the whole school. And mind you, my school was huge. Like my school is huge. Like I was going around all day long looking for this thing. Like we went on lunch. I went on lunch and I came back and I was still looking for it. Like that was just how long it took. Like, she actually did apologize. She was like, she's sorry that she had to put me through that. She said actually initially she didn't mean for it to go on for that long. I know you guys were all wondering, like, Blessing, why didn't you did whatever happened to senior Agbani Darego? Like, did she come back? Did you tell her? Like, what happened? Did they get did they get their own punishment back? Actually, I didn't tell her. I really did not tell her. I didn't tell her for different reasons. One of the reasons was because I love myself. I love my life and I don't like punishments. Yes, I have saucy mouth, but I know if you fight, I cannot. I don't like punishment like that. So because I had to remember that something happened to her and she had to leave. What if something, God forbid, happens to her again and she has to leave, and these people actually do something that was crazy, that is like crazy to me, what would I do? I'm on my own. So I have to give myself a break, you know. I have to calm down, relax, and just go with the flow. Moral of the story, kids: always respect your elders, regardless of whatever you think that the age difference is. Always respect your elders, because first of all, you're gonna be somebody's elderly one day, and of course you want to get respected. Okay, so always make sure that you respect your older ones, because whether you like it or not, they have more experience than you. Whatever you think, they have more experience than you, and they can treat you up anytime, any day. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? You stayed this long, enjoyed this video this long, and you still haven't pressed that subscribe button. What are you doing? Please click that thing now. Click it now. Now. I'm begging you, please click that thing. Comment, like, share with everybody that you know. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay slayed, honey, and stay blessed. Bye.